Locked on Longhorns, the show. Jonathan Davis, your host. Today's episode of Locked on Longhorns is brought to you by Bet Online. Bet Online, where the game starts. I'm out here on vacation. I'm out here in Atlanta, Georgia, where I did not expect to talk to y'all until after the Kansas game, but definitely had to come out here and give credit where credit is due to the Texas men's basketball program. What a great and historic win for that program against the number 2 team in the country, all right? Gonzaga coming into the Moody Center last night, getting beat by almost 20 points. What a great win and confidence builder for the men's basketball players. And what a great and signature win for Chris Beard in his second year as the head coach of the Texas men's basketball program. And I have no doubt in my mind, and nobody I've talked to or seen talk about Chris Beard has any doubt in their mind that he's the right head coach of the future for this Texas men's basketball program at the 40 acres. And so many national pundits, so many fans of this basketball team, so many people that cover the team said that this was a sneaky national championship contender. Hello. All right. This was a team that they would not be shocked if they made the Elite Eight or Final Four. Hello. All right. And people have even said that the floor for this team should be the Sweet 16. Hello. Right. We're talking about a team that just got their first NCAA tournament win in almost 8 years, but that is the energy and the electricity that Chris Beard has brought to this Texas men's basketball program, especially personnel wise, but also I think, culture wise. And two things that I love that Chris Beard says that don't feel like cliches to me. They don't feel like just phrases to me. To me, I think there's tangible examples of them showing up on the basketball court. The first one is the secrets in the dirt. I'm going to say that once again because I'm such a phrase person, and that one just speaks to me. The secrets in the dirt, right? And I think the secret to consistency, the secret to success, the secret to winning games, conference championships, national championships, the secret to getting to the NCAA tournament every year with a chance to cut down those nets. The secret's in the dirt. The secret's in the hard work. The secret's in your toughness. The secret's in your ability to bounce back. The secret's in your grit. The secret's in the investment you put in the film room, in the locker room, at the practice facility, in the weight room, right? Those are where the secrets to success are. And I think that Chris Beard has not only preached that, but the players have brought into that. And the tangible example of that is we know that Chris Beard wants to win the toughness matchup in every game that he coaches, and he wants to win the defensive matchup in every game that he coaches. And that's something that we've seen before Chris Beard came to the 40 acres. That's something we saw with Chris Beard's teams at Texas Tech. And through 3 games this year and a full season last year, we saw Texas more often than not win the toughness matchup against their opponents. Last year and through the first 3 games this year, we've seen Texas not only be one of the best defensive teams in the Big 12, but also be one of the best defensive teams in the country. So the secret's in the dirt. And that's not something that Chris Beard is just saying. That's something that the players have bought into. And another thing that Chris Beard has said that I absolutely love is that we're in the process of defending our culture now, right? We've already built the culture. The culture is built in the offseason. Like I said, where the dirt is, right? The culture is built in the film room, in the weight room, in the locker room, on the practice facility, right? That's where the culture is built. But when the lights turn on and when you tip that ball off, that's where you defend the culture. And boy, oh boy, in the Moody Center, did they defend the culture last night, beating this Gonzaga team by almost 20 points. And this is a Gonzaga team that I know they haven't won a national championship, but over the last 10 years, you have to put them on the same level of a UCLA, a Kansas, a Duke, and a North Carolina. That's the way that they've won basketball games, a Baylor, right? And so you can't overstate how great of a win this is for the program. But you talk about defending the culture, right? And they defend it game to game. But when I look at the culture that Chris Beard has built, right, it shows me that there's a lot of excitement and electricity around this program. And it shows me that so many people are buying in to what Chris Beard is building. And it's not just the players on the team, right? When you look at it, Pat McAfee is calling himself an honorary coach of this Texas basketball team. He graduated from West Virginia. Like, he's not even talking about West Virginia. And he clearly is buying into what Chris Beard is building because he tweets about the Texas basketball team every day. Like, he tweeted about him like 5 times yesterday. Kevin Durant, right? He came back to get, inducted into the Hall of Honor. He stayed the entire week with Chris Beard, went to practice with this Texas basketball team, helped these Texas basketball players in any way that he could, helped recruit some of these recruits for the 2023 class. He definitely was with Ron Holland on one of his visits. And I think that might be a big reason why Ron Holland committed to the University of Texas, a 5-star player out of the DFW area that'll be in the 2023 class. So I think he's shown a lot of people that, there's a lot to believe in this program. And then some more tangible examples of the culture that Chris Beard has built and is now defending is all offseason. He made it his mission to get investment from the fan base coming into the first year of the Moody Center, right? And that was going to be tough to do, especially when basketball starts in the midst of football season. But I think you've seen through the first 3 games, he's done an outstanding job of getting the students invested in the game, getting this fan base invested in Texas men's basketball. He created the corral, which, Texas fans have seemed to really buy into and really love. And they've taken it personally that this team needs a home court advantage. That's something that they haven't had thus far, really before in the Erwin Center. And I think the fans have taken the responsibility to come in and give this Texas team a home court advantage. And I love what he's done. So often at Texas, we argue whether we're too good to storm the field or storm the court. And that's another debate for another day. But what Chris Beard did to mitigate that is said, look, we're going to win games at the University of Texas. We're going to win games at the Moody Center. And when we win a game at the Moody Center, we're going to allow our opponent to exit the court with grace. And then we're going to allow our fans onto the court. And we're going to take a picture with them and have a moment with them. So it's not necessarily storming the court, but it still gives you kind of that storm the court feel, especially after a big win against Gonzaga. But it's also consistent because you did the same thing against UTEP, right? When I talk about building a culture, it's not only bringing back 5 players in Dillon Dessou, Christian Bishop, Marcus Carr, Timmy Allen, and Brock Cunningham, who not only believed in what you built last year, but had multiple opportunities to go elsewhere and play basketball or do other things in life and decided to come back because they believe in what you're building again this year and moving forward. Building a culture looks like a Timmy Allen and Marcus Carr, knowing that if Tyrese Hunter came to the University of Texas in the transfer portal, they would lose shot attempts. They would lose playmaking opportunities, ball handling opportunities. But yet, because this team has a we, not me mindset, because this team's team goals are bigger than their individual goals, Marcus Carr and Timmy Allen did everything in their power to recruit Tyrese Hunter to the University of Texas. And Tyrese Hunter's Twitter handle is Walking Bucket. And if you didn't know that already, you know that now after last night, dropping 26 points against the number 2 team in the country, the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Bringing in a Jabari Rice, who's been labeled as a culture player, right? A winning player, somebody that just comes in and does everything you need to do to win. Right. And all offseason, he was being courted by different programs, but he chose Texas and he chose Chris Beard because he said the winning mentality, the culture, and the vibe around the team best matched his personality. Right. And so that speaks volumes. To me, you bring in 2 very talented freshmen, right? And Arterrio Morris, who comes off the bench for Texas but could start on 75% of the programs in the country. And he hasn't even got it going offensively yet. Once he does, this Texas team will be a lot more explosive on that end of the ball. And then Dillon Mitchell, there were 40 NBA scouts at that game last night between Texas and Gonzaga. And almost all 40, if not all 40, were there for Dillon Mitchell. But he doesn't come off as a player that in 6 months will be a top 15 to 20 pick in the NBA draft. He doesn't come off like he has the most NBA draft potential or NBA potential on the team, right? He's just one of the guys, right? When players are making shots or making big defensive plays, he's there supporting his teammates. He's doing the little things on the court, right? You saw this team, and especially Dillon Mitchell, they were defending until the end. They were up 20 points with 3 minutes to go against Gonzaga, and were still playing defense like it was a tight game, right? That shows you the culture and the energy of this team, and that shows you the type of player that Dillon Mitchell is. Because like I said, you see so often these one-and-done freshman players come in, right? And they're like, okay, I'm the man. I'm the star of the show. I'll only be here for a year. Give me the ball. Give me my touches. Let me get out of here. Let me improve my draft stock. So to see a player like Dillon Mitchell with that amount of talent to come in and just kind of fit into the system and be one of the guys is such a tangible example and a testament to the culture that Chris Beard has built and is now defending. And what I love so much about this Texas basketball team is that I should say what I love so much about the Texas basketball team, but what I'm excited about for this Texas basketball team for this year is, once again, we know because of Chris Beard's track record and what he brought to the 40 last year that they're going to be a great defensive team, and they're going to bring that defensive energy every game. We saw, like I said, even with 2 minutes left, they were up 20 against Gonzaga, and they were defending like it was game 7 of the NBA Finals, right? Diving on the floor, throwing alley-oops. Like, that's the excitement around this basketball team right now. But what's held, Chris Beard back in the past, I've heard some Texas Tech fans say this, and I think what held this Texas offense back last year what held this Texas team back last year was the offensive inconsistency. Like last year, you felt like if our opponent scored more than 65 points, Texas didn't have a chance to win. There was so much offensive inconsistency. It was kind of a slow and clogged up offense that led to too many bad shots, really, at the end of shot clocks or hero shots. I think this year, and what a lot of fans have asked for, you're seeing a lot more pace and space because you have the athletes for it, right? You're seeing a lot more running up and down the court. You're seeing a lot more transition opportunities, having the defense on their heels, kind of, driving the ball downhill, right? And forcing them to foul you or make a play on the rim. And then they're shooting a lot more threes, right? This Texas offense last year was like the NFL team running the ball 65-70% of the time. Like people shoot threes now, you know what I'm saying? And so we saw them shoot 30 plus threes last night. I think that's going to be the key to unlocking their offensive inconsistency. Once again, just running, getting easy opportunities in transition. Every bucket doesn't have to be a tough end of shot clock bucket, right? Taking more opportunities at the beginning of shot clocks, taking more threes, and just having more fun, being more fluent and being more free on offense. Because like I said, you have the playmakers to do it, right, in your starting lineup and coming off the bench. So, it's still early, only 3 games into the season, but like I said, you cannot overstate how much that win meant for this Texas men's basketball program and how historic of a win that was for this Texas men's basketball program, beating a team like Gonzaga, who's in the national championship conversation every year. But it's early. It's through 3 games. Like Chris Beard said, the secret's in the dirt. So I don't want to pour too much Kool-Aid on the team, but that game last night against Gonzaga, beating that team by almost 20 points, shows you what this Texas team is capable of and shows you why so many people think the floor for this Texas team is the Sweet 16 this year. Hello, right? And what's so beautiful about this Texas team is they have so much room to grow. Like I said, Arterrio Morris has not been great offensively at all this year. You expect that to come, in the next couple of games, not in the next couple of games, but you expect that to come eventually, right? Timmy Allen only shooting 38% of the floor. You expect that, to get closer to his average, eventually. So they're going to be better on the offensive end. And then I think Chris Beard did such a great job, kind of building the off-court chemistry with this team, but they've only played 3 games together. So they still have a whole season to build on-court chemistry, and I think that's going to lead to more success on the basketball court as well. So very exciting times at the 40 acres with Chris Beard in his second year as the Texas men's basketball coach, and I'm excited to see what they do this year, but moving forward, because I definitely believe that he is the right coach for the future of the 40 acres. Don't expect to talk to y'all again until after the Kansas game. So if I don't, just keep your blood pressure low, Longhorn Nation. Let's try our best to get a win on the road, man. Hook 'em. Peace.